my name is John Cullen from Queenshead Osteopaths. In this video, I'd like to offer some commentary about different ways of doing stretching. Stretching for lengthening muscles is a very useful tool. One of the ways to increase the quality of stretching is to pay attention to your body while you're doing stretching. The first part is always try and organize your core. Find that balance. If I might demonstrate in a simple stretch, I could stretch like this, or if I bent my knees, organize my pelvis, have my center of gravity traveling nicely through my pelvis, and then stretch. There's a very different quality of stretch as opposed to that. The other ways of paying attention to what's going on in your body is to stretch by listening. Now, to do this, I suggest stretching in 3 phases. A classic stretch like this, I feel I want to stretch there. But when I stretch all the way to there, even with my core on, there's a bit of difficulty in my shoulder. So to negotiate my way into it, the first step is to find the first whisper of movement. If I pull my hand to this point, I can just feel the muscles that I want to stretch are just engaging. Now what you do is you wait there. You know you're at the beginning of the stretch, and I know it often feels like, why am I wasting my time trying to stretch this? Well, give it 20 or 30 seconds and then see. Quite regularly it starts to relax, and from there you can increase the tension into what I call a medium stretch. Maybe recheck that your core is organized. About 20 or 30% of the forces of your arm. And once again, wait for 20 to 30 seconds. This is almost like a real stretch. And you wait until you feel that the tissues have relaxed or let go or actually achieved a stretch. And this may vary slightly between people, but it's generally around about 20 to 30 seconds. And when that has settled, then you can pull into the really hard stretch you thought you wanted to do at the beginning. Quite often, at this point, it stretches really easily. So what we've done in this one, we've negotiated a way to work with our muscles. We've done it in a slightly mindfulness type of way. And we've achieved the stretch by just delaying the power stretch that we wanted by about 1 minute. And I think that's worth it. Now, the reason why this works is that the muscle bellies are not just one fiber. They're made up of thousands and thousands of little groups. And one way to think of them is we say there's bundles of 10 fibrils, there's bundles of 100 fibrils, and there's bundles of 1,000. So with this stretching thing, a way of demonstrating this would be to think of it as a very light stretch, stretching the 10s. These are often the control muscles. And then when they're settled, you stretch some of the 100 size bundles. And that's good. And then you can pull into the really powerful muscle. But if you go straight to pull for the bundles of 1,000, you often end up with the bundles of 10 who are wanting to control things, really protesting and saying, no, we can't go there, and I'll tear rather than actually allow that to happen. For most people, they do not need to go through the 3 stages, just the 2 stages of medium pressure for at least 20 or 30 seconds, and then into the more powerful stretch. So the advantage of listening to the tissues when you are stretching is you can do it if you are listening to your muscles and they let go. You've actually done a stretch, and you can do that with a fair amount of tissue damage going on inside the muscle. Oftentimes you've got a bruise or a strain, but stretching that light negotiating way to lengthening out through the strain is a really valuable tool in rehabilitation. If you pull hard on a strain, it tears more, but if you're negotiating your way into it, it will often allow you to do things. But once again, if you have got a strong tissue damage, don't pull on the muscles too hard. So explore strengthening and lengthening your muscles. Thank you.